Hello, this is Father Michael Hanifin, pastor at St. Joachim Catholic Church in Costa Mesa, California. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I want you to know recently we had sent out a survey to our parishioners on how we might better serve them, what kinds of things would they like us to provide for them. And they, very truthfully filled out the surveys and returned them to us, which gave us some ideas of directions that we would like to go in a way that we can reach out, and serve our people, even though it may be distant from a distance, and even though it may include digital. So hopefully today we can answer a couple of the concerns that came to us through the survey. The first issue that seemed to have come across was in regard to our closing the church and no longer allowing people to attend in-home masses. And that's true. That happened, I think it was like right around the 13th or 15th of March. So it's about 2 months ago, which is amazing how time flies. And right away, we had to resort to scramble, you might say, to have a more digital presence for our parishioners, because we had to close the church, we had to close the doors, and we had to lock them because of the state of California's mandate to us, and their requirement that people stay at home. So that's why we're doing more things online. So I want you to know, yes, we've been videoing our masses every day and providing them, some live streams, some that are filmed and then edited and put on YouTube. And believe it or not, when we open the doors to our church, those things are going to continue. We will, into the near future or even longer, have a digital presence with our Sunday Masses to better serve our people, because for one thing, people are not going to feel real confident when we're able to open our doors to go places where there are large numbers of people. And then part of that, of course, as I have mentioned before on this, will always have social distancing and sanitation of our facilities to provide the safest kind of environment as we can. So in-person masses will resume, we hope sooner than later. We cannot give you an exact date because, well, I'll tell you the truth, we just don't have it. But hopefully when we do, when we learn, we will get online to tell you when masses will open and how we can better serve you in person rather than just digitally. One of the things that we are trying to do is people's concerns about the sacraments being unavailable to them is to try to make certain sacraments available for smaller numbers of people, like under 10, that includes safe environment, like for instance social distancing. The next question that came up in our survey was about where did the decision come from to close down the churches? Well, ultimately it came from the state of California, local health officials here, the Orange County Health Agency, plus our bishop working with the California bishops. They all work together to give us the guidelines we need to be able to continue functioning as a parish church and serve our people in the safest environment. So that's where that came from. And then in terms of why we had to cease adoration of the Blessed Sacrament, and have why did we have to close the church so that people could not go in to pray? Again, the state of California and our bishops here in California agreed that we don't want to create an environment that would call people to leave their homes to come to the church. For one thing, the governor said that his mandate to stay at home or shelter in place. And if we open the doors and invite people to come here, then they're not doing what the government, the state of California has mandated, and our bishops who are trying to work in collaboration with state and health agencies. So that's why we had to close the doors. And then another one was a comment was about how people can help St. Vincent de Paul. We've been getting about 30 people. Of course, they all stay outside, they all social distance, and they come on Saturday mornings in between 9 and 11. And we have a few of our St. Vincent de Paul Society members who come here and serve them. And, a lot of the local parishes their social service arms have closed down. So we're one of the few places that are open and available to them. People have brought in bags of groceries. That's been very helpful because our people have to go out and buy those. Our St. Vincent de Paul members would have to go out and buy those groceries. And then also what would be very helpful for them would be, let's say, bus passes, because our people ask us for bus passes often. And then the third thing, of course, everybody could understand is money, because people ask for rental assistance or emergency cash to handle something that has come up. And of course, with our limited resources and having to buy food, etc., it gives us less money available to help people. So those three things would be very helpful: bus passes, non-perishable food items, and of course money. And if you're going to make out a check, don't make it out to St. Joachim. Make it out to SVDP, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. Thank you very much. And if there's, and there is one more question, forgive me, about what are the things that we're doing for our young people here at St. Joachim's, even though they can't come and gather here. Well, one thing we have is we have what we call the Mariachi Juvenil, which is a teenage mariachi band. They're still practicing. We also have a virtual life team meetings. In fact, this evening at there's a virtual life team. It's called Life Teen Thursday, and that's this afternoon. And then also with our students, what we're doing is we're doing distance learning. So they go online through Zoom and they get their classroom instruction, and then they turn off Zoom and they do their homework. And then every Monday morning, they have, with our school, they have a virtual assembly. So every student goes online, and then they get announcements, and they pray together, and they say the Pledge of Allegiance, and they get words of encouragement from our school principal. So those are the things that we're still doing. You can see that I'm out of breath because we're doing so much here. But pray for us as we continue our best to serve you digitally, and then also as we prepare to open our doors so that people, if they can and want, can come here and worship at St. Joachim Church. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. God bless you and have a great day.